Lakers land. I've heard enough. Trust me. Because I'm seeing a lot of y'all saying that we'll be fine without LeBron James. But history says completely otherwise. And I've been trying to tell y'all. Do y'all not know every single franchise that LeBron James has left? Every last one have collapsed the very next season. No cap, bro. Every single team collapsed the next season after LeBron James left. And if Rob Pelinka thinks that Luka and Austin Reeves are enough to replace everything that LeBron brings to the table, bro, you, Rob Pelinka, and the rest of the Lakers community are sadly mistaken. And Pelinka, to me, at this point, deserved to lose his job, bro.
You think they just gave Austin Reeves $185 million? By the way, Austin Reeves, if you wasn't serving Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka breakfast in bed, I'm talking about seedless grapes, cut fruit, everything for what they gifted you. Now you earned it, but at the end of the day, hold on. We're talking about the Lakers. We're not talking about the Clippers. As a guy that played for a historic franchise in the Boston Celtics, it's no in between, RJ. It's either championship or bust. Right?
Let's just start with the facts. The first time LeBron left Cleveland, they went from 61 wins to 19 wins, if I ain't mistaken. Then when he left Miami, the Heat missed the playoffs. When he left Cleveland the second time around, it was the same thing. They missed the playoffs. 3 different organizations, boys and girls, 3 different front offices, but it's the same result. Why? Because replacing LeBron James, bro, isn't just replacing points and assists. You're talking about replacing leadership. You're talking about replacing playoff experience. I mean, basketball IQ, decision making. The list goes on and on and on. And the ability to, to stabilize a ball club when everything start falling apart, that's what keeps fans overlooking what's going on here.
I think it was a perfect storm because I don't think he planned on leaving a year ago. I think it was the combination of LeBron, I think, was really bothered by that Jeannie Buss story from 6-7 months ago, where they talked about the Lakers basically being over the LeBron experience. And when LeBron said, I think pretty honestly in the locker room, I thought me and Jeannie had a good relationship. Like, I thought we were good. And that the Lakers didn't, appreciate him. I think that was a piece of it. I think you saw some of it when LeBron said to the fans courtside, they put me on the shelf. They put me on the shelf when after Luka and AR had gotten hurt and he had to kind of take over again. I think you saw in his podcast with Nash when he was like, I surveyed the landscape with the team, realized this is the role I needed to play for now. And that they were casting their lot, understandably. This part I don't hold against the Lakers with Luka and AR, and then he got a taste of in that series, DeMonze, against the Rockets and then the Thunder. He got a taste of, oh man, yeah, in the biggest moments, I can still do this shit. And I don't want to be, it's one thing to be best supporting actor. It's another to show up in the credits and cast in order of appearance. It's like, oh shit, LeBron James. And so all of those things, then plus the fact that the Lakers, I think, were planning on lowballing him. The fact that nobody within the Lakers did this press conference. LeBron James is still one of the 10 best players in the league, or gave this statement, I should say. And obviously, he's worthy of a max contract. He's been a max. He has given the Los Angeles Lakers max level production every year he's been here, including 2 years ago when he finished 6th in MVP voting, and this past year when he was the tip of the spear for a shocking playoff upset. With that said, we are trying to do our best to maximize out contention right now with Luka. So, we're hoping to work with LeBron and Rich Paul on something that respects the fact that he's a max level player and also respects the fact that we need to add a lot to the roster. There's none of that shit. It was just a lot of behind the scenes. Nobody else can offer him any money.
And then when you focus in on Rob Pelinka's dumbass and all the biggest mistakes that Pelinka has made throughout this tenure of LeBron James, bro, I mean, the list definitely can keep going. I actually see people saying that Rob Pelinka gave LeBron James everything he wanted. Like, really, bro? With a straight face, y'all really want to say that? Just look at the track record. Russell Westbrook, a disaster. Alex Caruso walked. Kendrick Nunn didn't work. Gabe Vincent, he didn't provide anything we was hoping for. Jalen Hood, Shafino, the young kid, he didn't develop into any type of contributor that many people expected. Then look at the revolving door of the role players that Rob Pelinka brought in, from D'Angelo Russell to Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Michael Beasley, J.R. Smith, Taurean Prince, Troy Brown Jr., Taylor Horton Tucker, who they did win a championship with, Kyle Kuzma, who they won a championship. But some of these players, bro, had productive stretches, I would say, when they were in the purple and gold. Some helped during specific seasons. But the larger criticism, is that the Lakers rarely maintain a stable championship caliber support and cast around LeBron James. And that's just all facts. And the interesting thing about what Nick Wright is saying, he ain't talking about basketball. He's talking about relationships, respect, communication, shit like that. So whether you agree with Nick Wright or not, if LeBron James genuinely left the organization, no longer valued, a team that no longer valued him, that's a huge problem. We're talking about LeBron. Once the trust factor disappears, y'all, contracts become much harder to negotiate with other star players. And now we get into the Lakers' future without LeBron James. I mean, if you ask me, the Lakers don't have a damn future without LeBron. And let me be clear right now. Luka is by far one of the best offensive players on the planet. I'm tired of repeating myself. I feel like I have to include this caveat every time we have this discussion. Nobody is going to debate nor dispute that. Austin Reeves, for what it's worth, has really developed into a really good NBA player, being from an undrafted situation, but at the end of the day, the Lakers aren't judged by being good. The Lakers aren't judged by potential, unless y'all are moving the goalposts. I thought that this organization was judged by championship, because that's what it was in these 8 years with LeBron. That was the standard. If LeBron leaves, all of the pressure shifts directly onto Rob Pelinka. They just lost Marcus Smart this morning, 2-year deal to Houston. Luke Kennard yesterday, 2-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. I'm not trying to hear no excuses, and I'm not giving Rob Pelinka any amount of time to give me any. I'm not trying to hear nothing from Lakers land talk about no more saying LeBron wanted this player or that player. It becomes your roster, your vision, your accountability. If the team underachieves, Laker fans are going to remember every decision, every move, every missed opportunity. Eventually, y'all, somebody has to answer for the direction of one of the biggest franchises in sports. In my opinion, at the end of the day, bro, if LeBron James walks away from this organization, I'm looking directly at Rob Pelinka, bro. Not because every move he made was a bad one, but because the job of a GM, at least in my opinion, is to maximize championship windows. The Lakers won just one title with LeBron James. Made multiple deep playoff runs, but there was also several controversial personnel decisions, I believe, that fans still debate to this day. And if this era ends with LeBron James feeling underappreciated, bro, which it has apparently, then I think that's part of Pelinka's legacy too, as well as Jeannie Buss. History again says every team that loses LeBron James take a major step backwards. Now the question becomes, will the Lakers finally be the exception, or are they about to prove history right again? I don't see nothing happening. You're talking about bringing in Duran from the Pistons or the big man Kessler from Utah. Those guys don't equal up or match in no way, shape, or form or fashion of what LeBron James brings to the table at 41. If it wasn't for LeBron James, the Lakers wouldn't even have made it out of the first round. The disrespect has been clear from Lakers land, the fans, the organization, and now LeBron has moved on. And what I find laughable is that the Lakers fans think that they are still going to be fine, and Rob Pelinka feet is not being held under the fire. That is just ridiculous to me, and that's where the problem starts, at the top. Seven Mitchell here. This is Lakers Land. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new to the platform, welcome, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. What do y'all think, though, about Rob Pelinka? Should he be the next one to go? Or do y'all not have a problem with what he's been doing? Peace.